In a small village in the Golan Heights, a 3-year-old boy was born with a long red birthmark on his head. When he learned to talk, he told his family a chilling story. He said the birthmark was from a wound, an axe wound, that killed him in his previous life. He knew his old name, his old village, and the full name of the man who murdered him. This is not fiction. This is one of thousands of meticulously documented cases that challenge our understanding of life and death. These are the stories of children who seem to remember past lives, often with astonishing, verifiable detail. What if consciousness is more than just a product of the brain? What if it can be reborn? Prepare to explore the most compelling evidence ever gathered for reincarnation. Stories so powerful, they convinced skeptical scientists to question everything. The Druze community to which the boy belonged believe in reincarnation, so the elders decided to investigate his incredible claim. They took the 3-year-old to the village he named, a place he had never been in this life. The boy immediately recognized the layout and began walking. He pointed out his past life house. Then he identified by name 5 people from the crowd, people he had never met, calling them his old neighbors. Finally, he walked up to one man and said, "You are John, you are the one who killed me." The man's face turned white. The boy continued, "We had a fight and you killed me with an axe." But the most stunning moment was yet to come. The boy led the elders to a field, pointed to a pile of stones and said, "He buried my body here and the axe over there." The elders began to dig. Under the stones, they found the skeleton of a man. The skull had a linear split, perfectly matching the boy's birthmark. A few meters away, they unearthed a rusty axe. Faced with this evidence, the accused man confessed to the murder. How is a story like this even possible? Is it just a 1 in a billion coincidence, or something more? For decades, one man, a respected psychiatrist and academic, dedicated his life to finding out. His name was Dr. Ian Stevenson, and he was the head of the Department of Psychiatry at the University of Virginia School of Medicine. He wasn't a mystic or a guru, he was a scientist, and he approached these cases with extreme skepticism and rigorous methodology. Dr. Stevenson and his team investigated over 2,500 cases of children reporting past life memories. They documented the child's claims before any attempt at verification. They interviewed multiple witnesses on both sides and meticulously checked historical records, autopsy reports, and death certificates. One of his most startling findings was the physical evidence. In over 35% of cases where the child remembered a violent death, they were born with birthmarks or birth defects that directly corresponded to the fatal wounds of the previous personality, just like the boy with the axe wound. Consider the case of James Leininger, a young boy from Louisiana. At age 2, he began having horrific recurring nightmares. He would scream in his sleep, "Airplane on fire! Little man can't get out," while kicking his legs in the air as if trying to escape a cockpit. During the day, he would crash his toy planes into the furniture over and over again. He started revealing stunningly specific details. He said his plane was a Corsair and that it took off from a ship called the Natoma. He said he was shot down by the Japanese at Iwo Jima. He even named a friend who was on the ship with him, Jack Larson. His parents, initially skeptical, began to research. What they found shocked them. There was a U.S. aircraft carrier named the USS Natoma Bay, which fought in the Battle of Iwo Jima. There was a pilot from that ship named James M. Houston Jr., who was killed in action when his plane was shot down. And incredibly, they located a veteran named Jack Larson, who had served on the USS Natoma Bay. Larson confirmed that James Houston was his friend and that he was there the day his plane went down. Every single obscure detail the little boy had provided was historically accurate. How can we explain this? Skeptics offer several possibilities. Could it be fraud? Dr. Stevenson's team was trained to detect this, and in the vast majority of cases, there was no motive and no evidence of deceit. Could it be parental influence? Many parents, like the Leiningers, were initially Christian and actively discouraged the past life talk, only becoming believers when the evidence became overwhelming. Could it be cryptomnesia, forgotten memories absorbed from TV or conversation? While possible for general facts, it fails to explain the highly specific, obscure details like the names of ships, people, or the location of a hidden body and murder weapon. And none of these theories can adequately explain the physical birthmarks corresponding to fatal wounds. The thousands of cases meticulously documented by Stevenson and his successors don't offer absolute, laboratory-style proof of reincarnation. But they present a formidable body of evidence that is incredibly difficult to explain through conventional means. The stories are emotional, the details are often verifiable, and the physical evidence of the birthmarks is profoundly mysterious. These cases challenge the purely materialistic view that consciousness is simply a byproduct of the brain, destined to be extinguished at death. They force us to ask a profound question. What if consciousness is more fundamental? What if it's a stream that can flow from one life to the next, carrying with it the echoes and scars of the past? What if these children are living proof that the story doesn't end? What do you think of these cases? Do you believe reincarnation is possible, or is there another explanation? Share your thoughts in the comments below.